Hello students. In the previous lecture we have discussed about the basics of the topological spaces, but we are now beginning to study topological properties. We will more focus on how these properties transfer to other sets and spaces by a function. In particular, we define continuous function between two topological spaces. First we discuss continuity at a point. Let x and y be two topological spaces, then a function from x to y is said to be continuous at a point x if for every open set V in y that is containing f of x, there exists an open set U in x that is containing point x such that f of u is contained in V. Thus we have x is a topological space and y is another topological space, and there is a map from x to y. For every open set y, call it V, containing f of x point, which is a image of x point. So x point is here. For every open set V that is containing f of x in y, there exists an open set U containing point x, which is open in x, such that f of u is contained in V. Then we can say that f is continuous at a point x. F is continuous on set x if it is continuous at each point of x. Next we have one example where x is a set and τ1 is a topology defined on this set, and y is another set and τ2 is a topology defined on set y, and f is a function from x to y defined as a point maps to 2, b point maps to 3 and c point maps to 1, then f is continuous at set x. It means if we have x topological space and y topological space and there is a map f from x to y, x containing a, b, c, call it a, b and c, and y containing 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2 and 3, a maps to 2, b maps to 3 and c maps to 1. Then this f from x to y is continuous at set x. It means f is continuous at all the points of x, that is a, b and c. First we check at point A. Then from the definition, for every open set in y that is containing f of a is that is 2. So open sets are y that is containing f of a and 2, 3 also. So these are V. There exists an open set in x containing a element. So open set in τ1, these are x and ab, x and ab. So from the definition, for every open set in y containing f of a, there exists one open set in x containing a element such that f of u, so these are u, contain in V. And also for this open set 2, 3, we have f of u, that is AB, which is contained in 2, 3, because A maps to 2 and B maps to 3. So this is true. The function is continuous at a point A. Similarly, we can check at point B and C also. The function is continuous at set x here. Further, we discuss the continuity in terms of pre-images. Let x and y be two topological spaces. Then a function from x to y is continuous if for every open set V in Y, there is a pre-image of V, that is F inverse V, is also open in X. Graphically, we can have if X and Y be two topological spaces and F is a map from X to Y, for every open set V in Y, there is a pre-image of V, F inverse V, is also open in X. In other words, we can say that a function is continuous if and only if an inverse image of a open set is open. This result we can use as a second definition of the continuity. For the proof, let us take function is continuous on a set X and V is an open set in Y. Then we have to prove that inverse image of V, that is F inverse V, is also open in X. For this, let us take one element from F inverse V. This is also from X, and it is given that function is continuous at a set X, so each point of X also. Then from the definition of the continuity at a point X, there exists an open set containing X element such that F of U is contained in V, which further implies U is contained in F inverse V. So U is an open set containing X element which is contained in F inverse V. So this implies singleton set X is contained in U which is contained in F inverse V. So if we take union for X belongs to F inverse V from three sides, then we get F inverse V is equal to union at X belongs to F inverse V of U. Now U is an open set and union of open sets is also open. So we get F inverse V is also open in X. For the converse part, we assume that image of open set in Y is open set in X. Then we have to prove that F is continuous on a set X. Let V is an open set in Y that is containing F of X. Then we have to prove that there exists an open set in X containing X element such that F of that open set is contained in V. Now V is an open set that is containing F of X. So F of X belongs to V, which further implies X belongs to F inverse V. Now V is open set in Y and it is given that its pre-image is also open in X. We can call this F inverse V as U. So U is an open set in X which is containing X element with U is equal to F inverse V, which further implies F of U is contained in V. Thus, from the definition of the continuity, we can say that F is continuous at X belongs to X. Now X is an arbitrary member of X, so F is continuous at each point of X. So F is continuous at full set X. The same result is true for the closed sets also. F is continuous if and only if inverse map of closed set is closed. This result can be used as another definition of the continuity. Further, we discuss the continuity of a composite function. Let x, y, z be three topological spaces and a function f from x to y, g from y to z are continuous. Then their composite function known as GOF from x to z is also continuous. We will prove it by the previous definition of continuity, that is in the terms of pre-images. In this, if we take any open set in Z, then its pre-image by GOF is also open in X. So let us take one open set in Z. Since G is continuous, then its pre-image is open in Y. If we take one open set in Z, G is continuous also, so its inverse image is open in Y. Similarly, if F is also continuous, then F inverse G inverse of W, that is open in Y, so its inverse image is also open in X. So we will get F inverse of G inverse W is equal to GOF inverse W is open in X. Thus we can say that GOF is continuous. Next we can define a continuity in terms of basis. Let X and Y be two topological spaces and B is a basis for the topology on Y. Then a function f from x to y is continuous if and only if for each basis element of B, that is V, its pre-image f inverse V is open in X. For the proof, let f is a continuous function, then we need to prove that pre-image of each basis element of B is open in X. Since B is a basis of a topology on Y, then each member of the base will be open in Y and f is a continuous. So if B is a open in Y, then its pre-image, that is f inverse V, will be open in X. For the converse part, it is given that the pre-image of each basis element of B is open in X. Then we have to prove that f is a continuous function. Let V is an open set in Y and B is a base for the topology on Y. Then open set can be written as a union of the members of B. So V is a union of V alphas, where V alphas are the members of B. Then F inverse V will be union of F inverse B alphas. So it is given that pre-image of each basis element of V is open. So F inverse B alphas are open. So it is a union of open set that is also open. This implies F inverse V is an open set. So if V is an open set in Y, then its pre-image is open in X. So this implies the F is a continuous function. Further, we discuss the continuity in terms of subbasis. Like the previous result, if S is a subbasis for a topology on Y, then F is a continuous if and only if for each subbasis element, that is W, its pre-image F inverse W is open in X. For the proof, if we take f is a continuous function, then we need to prove that pre-image of each subbasis element of S is open in X. Since S is a subbasis for a topology on Y, then each member of the subbasis will be the basis element in the basis of Y, and F is a continuous function. So from the previous result, we know that if function is a continuous, then pre-image of basis element will be open in X. Then F inverse S will be open in X. So for the converse part, it is given that pre-image of subbasis element is open in X. So let us take W is a basis element. Then W can be written as a finite intersections of the members of S. So SIs are the members of subbasis here. Then F inverse W will be finite intersection of F inverse SI. Since each SIs are the basis element, so its pre-image is open, it is given. So this is the open set. Its finite intersection is also open. So F inverse W will be open, hence F is a continuous function. Next we have some examples. Let X and Y be two topological spaces. Here TO1 is a topology defined on a set X and TO2 is a topology defined on a set Y. Then F from X to Y is continuous in any one of the following cases. In first case is TO2 is a indiscrete topology. TO2 is a topology defined on Y. So TO2 contains only two members, phi and Y. So to prove the continuity of F, we take inverse images of these open set, F inverse phi and F inverse Y, and we know that F inverse phi is phi and F inverse Y is X. These are two sets phi and X which are open in X. So F is a continuous function. And second one is TO1 is a discrete topology. TO1 is a topology defined on set X. So TO1 is a power set of X. It means every subset of X will be open in X. So to prove the continuity, let V is a open set in Y, then take the pre-image of V. It is a subset of the X, so it is open in X. Thus, f is a continuous function. And third one is f of x is a constant map. So function is equal to c is any constant here. To prove the continuity, let V is any open set in Y, then define its pre-image, then f inverse of V will be x if C belongs to V, and if C does not belongs to V, then it is phi. So phi and x both are open set in X, so f is a continuous function. Next we discuss the continuity of an identity map. Let x and y be two topological spaces, then the identity map from x to y is continuous if and only if τ1 is finer than τ2. For the proof, to prove the continuity that V is open in Y, then we have to prove that its inverse image is open in X. Since I is an identity map, so identity inverse of V will be V only. Now τ2 is contained in τ1, so V is open in Y, that is a member of τ2, that will be the member of τ1 also, so that is open in X also. For the converse part, let I be an identity map which is continuous, then every open set in Y is an open set in X, so τ2 is contained in τ1. Next we take one example on it. Let R be the set of real numbers, and we define two topologies on it, usual topology and lower limit topology. So R to U is a usual topological space and R to L is a lower limit topological space. Then an identity map I from the usual topological space to lower limit topological space is not continuous, because if we take one open set from the lower limit topological space, that is a semi-open interval which is not open in the usual topological space, so I is not a continuous function. But if I reverse it, take identity map from RL to R, means lower limit topological space to usual topological space, then each open set in R is a open set in the lower limit topological space also. So in this case we can say that τu is contained in the τl. τl is finer than τu, so identity map is continuous. In the next result, we will prove that f is a continuous function if and only if for every subset A of x we have f of a closure is contained in the closure of f of a. For the proof, we know that closure of any set is closed, so closure of f of a is closed in Y, as f is a function from x to y. Since function is continuous, then from the definition of the continuity in terms of the pre-images of the closed set, then its pre-image is closed in X, and we know that any closed set coincides with its closure, so f inverse of closure of f of a is equal to its closure. We can call it as a first equation. Now we know that any set is contained in its closure, then A is containing f inverse of closure of f of a. We can take closure on both sides. So from the first equation, it is equal to f inverse of closure of f of a, which can be written as a f of a closure is contained in the closure of f of a. So in this way we have proved the first part. Now converse part. It is given that f of a closure is contained in the closure of f of a. Then we have to prove that f is a continuous function. Let F is a closed set in Y, then we need to prove that its pre-image, that is F inverse of F, is closed in X. For it, put A is equal to F inverse of F in this equation, we can call it second equation. Then we will get F of F inverse of F closure is contained in the F of F inverse of F, then its closure, which is equal to F closure, as F is closed, so it is equal to F only. Thus F inverse of F is contained in the F inverse of F. Now if any closure of any set is contained in the set, then we can say that F inverse of F is closed. Thus F is a continuous function. So here we end up our lecture. Hope you understand the continuity and results of the continuity in the topological spaces. In the next lecture we will discuss the homeomorphism and product topology. Thank you.